All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lunston.
I'm Adam Vokey.
And today we got my man, my hombre, my amigo, my fellow councilman, Mr. Kevin Strauch.
Evening, fellas.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing. Just hanging out with you guys so far.
Here's what I'm gonna throw you under the bus right away. You said you put your stories down. You're gonna do today on a Pokemon. You may ask why that's lucky.
I honestly don't know. I used it once. My girlfriend gave me that because we play far too much Pokemon Go, as adults do. Right. And I've used it for all my stuff for nonprofit, some of the stuff for the city, and nice. Every time I do, it goes well. Same with my purple hat. So I'm very superstitious.
So I'm going to write some shit down on here before we leave. Just
right? It's a good
Me
call.
Too.
Lottery and what God knows what all. So, but welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. Before we get started, I still want to say thank you for the Sands Theater for letting us do this here. Right, it's pretty awesome. And actually better on that, thank you for the Chamber of Commerce and Brush. They've been so awesome about letting us do it here in the theater while they get it all up and running and get everything going. So thank you, Brush Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Sands Theater, for letting us do it here. And I hope when they open, you come in and support these guys, support this theater because it's been here forever. It's a cool old theater, man. So please make sure you come on down. All right. And they're still working on it. It's going to be a while. So it's old Joe. He was grandfathered into a lot of things. So now the chamber own it. They have to bring everything up to the
up to building codes.
The building codes, right? So
it looks fantastic, though. Last time I was here, this looks way better already. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited. We'll
have to take you upstairs and show you the cool rooms up there.
Yes, please.
It's yes, please. We actually took you out back because that's where they have the all the stuff for the old vaudeville stages and stuff. That's kind of cool, though. You never knew it was here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've been here 100 times, and I'd never been back there, and it's so cool. The history of this place is amazing.
You just assume there's a wall behind that screen.
Exactly.
Right. That's exactly what you think. So, but it's super cool, man. So I really like it. While we're here, I'm going to tell you how this is. If you're new to the podcast, that's the Bullhucker podcast. What we do is we bring a guest on. They tell 3 stories about their life. The kicker is only 2 of the stories are true. One is BS. It's not true. It's a lie. So Kevin, out of the 3 stories, one of them obviously is not true. Without going into great detail, why is it not true? Is it a borrowed story? Is it made up? A little bit of both.
About 50-50.
About 50-50. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. I'm asking not to go into great detail because when you do, some people give it away by accident, So they start telling you, well, here's why it's not fake. It's like, okay. So, but anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 3 stories. I'm just bumbling around. Okay, I gotta kickstart it, Kevin. Okay, you're the first of 2 podcasts today.
You'd think you were the one that's been gone for a month.
Yeah, that's no kidding. Yeah, well, welcome back, by the way. The king is back.
Yeah, well.
What was your record when you left?
I have no idea. I was on a bad, losing streak.
Oh, that's right.
So maybe all these road trip miles
maybe so
shook things up.
Yeah, maybe so. There for a while when we first started this, Kevin, Adam was unbeatable, and I was horrible at this. So
yeah, things have shifted. Hopefully they shift back.
I think we've evened it out a little bit. So you said you've been listening, Kevin?
Yes, sir. On the plus side, I take bribes, by the way, if I can help you out. I can see what I can do.
Cameras are rolling now, so there's nothing we can really do.
Yeah, Kevin, councilman, by the way, is joking, joking. So
that,
and so am I. So, and I've been taking bribes from you for years. So, anyway, so you're gonna tell some stories, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you want to read them off, Adam?
Okay, we've got a streetwalker named Desire, the bulbous, untanned end of an era, how Donald Trump tried to have me murdered, which for legal reasons is a joke.
Oh, I said C, which okay, it's parentheses. I thought it was a C. So when I read it, you probably thought, wow, you inbred Larry.
I wasn't thinking it.
You didn't say that enough. Thank you. You're a little Brush high school education. Boom. So, all right, Vogue, you're back for the long time. So you pick which one you want here, man.
I'm going to go with a streetwalker named Desire.
Of course. That's what I was thinking.
Excellent. And I was telling Larry, just so you know, my goal is just to be funnier than Dana or Allison was. That's all I have to do. So that's the goal for today.
Because Kevin is actually the 3rd council person we've had on here. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. So, a streetwalker named Desire. Mm-hmm. So, the year is 2005. The city, Las Vegas, Nevada. Painting your word picture here. So, also, my mom's going to listen to this, and every time I say I'm supposed to hit myself because it drives her insane. So, sorry in advance. It's going to look crazy. So, I was getting married, and my brother and one of our mutual friends, Alan Goff, took me to Las Vegas for my bachelor party.
Alan Goff, the worst.
Yeah, I know, right? I hate that guy. We'll be back to him later.
Okay,
by the way.
good.
So, one thing to know about me is that I am not fun, per se. We've known Alan for a long time each, and we've had very different experiences with him. I don't drink, I don't party, like I said, I'm not fun. So Las Vegas was an interesting choice for them to take me to, which it was fantastic. We had lots of fun. In-N-Out Burger before it was here, and 3-hour lines. It was great. That's when I first had it. It was great. Did some golf, mini golf, go-karts, all the stuff that one does as an adult in Las Vegas. Definitely not for kids.
Right.
So it was also the weekend of the AFC Championship game between the Broncos and the Patriots.
Oh, nice.
Jake Plummer versus Tom Brady. I believe one of the...
Was it Jake Plummer?
I'm almost positive.
I think Jake Plummer played the Pittsburgh Steelers in the...
Was it? Maybe it was the week before. I don't remember.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
You know what? Thank God Denver's been in so many AFC championships, it's hard to tell which one's
Indeed.
which.
I'm saying this one's the Bullhucker. He's already lying.
Yes, let's say that. Man, I could have sworn it. Now my brother's going to yell at me too. Well, let's say it was a football game. I remember Jake Plummer specifically.
Okay.
And it's the one where Champ Bailey had like a 99-yard return.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
And one of the guys caught him at the end.
Yeah, at the 1-yard line. So it was that game. See,
Okay.
details. I've been watching you guys and thinking about this. So the game was on. We went to Caesar's Palace because we figured, what is the best place in the world to watch a football game and to maybe put a few dollars on it.
Sure.
So not me because, again, no fun. So we went and we were at Caesar's Palace, and it was lame. There were 2 games. I don't remember. There's a horse race or something else on. The Broncos game was on one TV in the bar.
Right.
And it was very depressing. And we were the only 2 from Denver that were there. There were probably, hundreds of people there, jammed in that little area, pre-COVID, of course. And we were like the only 3 there that were going for the Broncos. And it was great. The game was going great. We were having fun. And this young lady walked up to us. She was like, "Hey, you guys from Colorado?" "Me too." "Awesome. Well, have a seat." Nice lady. She's from somewhere in the mountains. I don't remember. Very sweet, very kind. We had fun. Watched a game as we were going. Game was going well, and she mentioned, "Hey, I actually am working."
What are you doing, boy?
That's Matt Gordon, ladies and gentlemen. He's the president, or he's the head honcho of the Chamber of Commerce, so I wouldn't have that at all. So
He's been crawling for like the last 90 seconds.
I'm going to scissor kick that son of a bitch when we see him. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So that's why I was doing bad there. That's what it
What
was.
you were saying?
A little distracted.
Why is Kevin shaking my shoulder? It's a super weird, awkward.
I knew he was coming too. Dang.
I'm like looking over at that screen every now and then. I didn't even see him back there.
Okay, so we were sitting there and we were talking about her work. She mentioned she worked in the city. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Sweet innocent me. Like, what do you do? It must be interesting to work in the big city because I'm from here and
Right.
there's cows. And she mentioned, "Well, I actually work down here." It's like, "Oh, well, that's interesting. What do you do?" She gives me her card. It says she's a dancer, a model, an actress. She might have been a magician. I don't remember, but she was this panoply.
You want to see $300 disappear fast? She's a magician, my friend.
Yeah. So she had a ton of things on her card, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So we Alan and my brother and I were like, "Oh, okay, interesting." So we kept watching the game and kept talking to her, and she was very subtle to let us know that if we wanted to have her services, so to speak, she'd be glad to. It'd be great. Like, okay, well, cool. Let's watch a football game. Let's, football. Yay.
We'll see if Denver wins first, okay? Daddy,
There's money riding on this.
yeah, Daddy doesn't get all happy and humpy unless the Broncos win, okay?
Exactly right. So the game was over, and at the end, she's like, "Hey, so do you guys, want to come up to my room and we can do some stuff?" So I told her, "Well, I'm kind of basically a Mormon and I don't have fun." No offense intended to Mormons, but so she said, well, it's okay. Just, we can come up and we can talk about it. So my response was something along the lines of like, okay, so you want to go do some Shakespeare in your hotel room
Oh, boy.
as an actress, which sweet lady, but not the brightest, did not get my joke. And it right over her little streetwalker head.
But Kevin, it would have been egg on your face had you shown up to the hotel room and she pulls a skull out and she just starts reciting. It's like, well, shit, we are doing okay.
Alas, poor Yorick. I misunderstood him, apparently.
Well played, Mr. Strauch.
So there you go. That is story number one. We did not join her in her room for her unique services. And we continued with I believe we went to Circus and probably got bed bugs or something shortly after that. But it was good. We had fun.
But, the nice thing is it's the one thing they don't charge you for in Vegas is the bed bugs. Those are for free. Those are for free.
True enough.
You've been to Vegas, Vogue.
Yeah, I was there last November.
Have you ever been approached by a hooker? Slash actress slash magician slash
sword swallower slash. I don't know if I have or not. Like when I was there when I was there the same weekend you were there, but for different reasons.
Oh, that's right.
I had the dudes handing me all the cards,
tapping
the
them
business
together
cards
and
are
stuff.
tapping them. You know what really pisses them off? You collect all those cards and hand them to the guy at the end. I had a friend that did that, and they weren't happy about it, but it was funny.
A thought, speaking of sword swallowing, I bet those two professions I bet there's a line that overlaps there. If you're a good sword swallower, you could probably be a really good hooker. Just thinking out
And
loud.
magician. You're making all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah, for
disappear.
sure.
So,
I don't know. The sword's all sleek and doesn't stink. I mean, there's probably some more. I took Mom to Vegas for her Christmas present one year. She'd never been. She'd always, every time Vegas would come on TV, she'd be like, I bet that's so awesome there. So one year I told her, that's what I'm doing for Christmas. We're going to Vegas. You and me are going to hang out. It's cool. So we stayed at the Luxor because I always want to stay in the Big Black Pyramid, and it was okay. But one night my TV won't shut off, right? And there's no buttons anywhere on the TV. It's the strangest thing. It all goes through the remote. My batteries are dead in the remote, so I call down the front desk. I say, hey, my batteries won't work on the remote. And he's like, can't you hit the button? I'm like, this TV has no buttons. I just felt this thing up like it was my prom date. No, there's no buttons on this TV, dude. Well, I guess we can give you some batteries. Oh, is that okay? So I put my little sandals on, my socks. I got basketball shorts on and a T-shirt, and I'm walking down there. I look awesome, by the way, because I've been drinking all night, and now I have to go, So I'm walking down there, and this very attractive black woman comes up to me and just strikes a conversation. And she's like, and just being super nice. And I'm thinking, my ego is like, pop, 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 getting higher and higher, and I'm so excited. Like, oh, yeah. You're like, what you see? When I actually dress, it's better, Then she says, you need someone to come tuck you in? And I was like, oh, stupid hooker. got my ego and my
my mommy's here.
Yeah. My self-esteem was all going high. And plus, Mom's gonna want breakfast in the morning. It's gonna be awkward. Like, who's that? I don't know, Stardust or I don't know, Mom. It's your new daughter-in-law. But yeah, it's a crazy town, man. What's the craziest thing you did? What's the most fun thing you did down there?
Oh, it was super fun. We had they were just a ton of fun. We went golfing. That was pretty cool. That joke's horribly inappropriate. We had a contest who could say the most inappropriate thing. So, Mom, stop listening, please.
Debbie, and Mary Lundstrom, don't.
Yeah, earmuffs, ladies.
Yeah, earmuffs.
So I have a horrible nose. If it gets remotely dry, just blood for days. So we went to the desert. Didn't think about this, and I had a bloody nose for an hour and a half. It was gushing.
Oh no!
To which I won with, now I know what it's like to have a period. So that was a positive.
Well, I was sitting here thinking, well, you're good for 28 more days. So.
Right.
Exactly. Had to stretch out the vacation a little bit. All right. Unearmuffs, Mom.
I went for a wedding one time. That's what we were there for, the wedding.
Right.
And Mr. Goff was there as well.
Sure.
Alan had eaten something. It wasn't from drinking. I'll give you that, Al. He ate something. It was messing with him bad. He just wasn't feeling well. And him and Aaron came, and I was staying at the Circus. I can't remember where they were staying. And they got to the hotel room. We were going to go check out the Stratosphere. And Alan just looked green, and I'm like, and then Aaron wants to go, and I want to go. And I'm like, just stay here in my room, crash out for a while, just sleep or whatever, and we're going to go check it out. He goes, okay. So Aaron and I go to the Stratosphere, and that's a story for another time. I saw the part of Aaron. You don't cut in front of Aaron in line. We'll just say that, okay? She's a wonderful person. What a sweetheart, right? But she'll cut you. If you cut her in line, she'll come at you, And we got back to the hotel room, and locked it up, opened the door. Alan is dead asleep. So I think it's going to be funny to scare him, right? So I go, and here's a fun fact about Alan Goff. He will come up swinging out of a dead sleep. I mean, I don't know if that guy's been raped or whatever, but Alan will come up swinging if he's scared, dude. He's, he damn near hit me. He swung. He took a swing, dude. I was like, dude, calm down, I brought your wife back. Let's be cool, all right? Let's be reasonable, one piece. So, yeah, that's Alan Goff. So what do you think about that story?
I mean, sounds fairly believable.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're Vegas stories, so it's hard not to be believable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I planned this bad. Okay.
So, but it's tough after the first one, Kevin. You got to hear kind of two stories in this to base off each other. So,
yeah, plus the first one, I'm like kind of watching body language, listening to like your speech pattern, and having Matt distracting you back here, throwing you off. I mean,
he better do that every damn story going forward, just for
it skewed my radar.
And Matt's funny because he actually does watch your body language. Yeah, he actually studied this before he did it.
Disgusting. Yeah.
It's weirdo nerd. All right.
So actually, I was trying to figure out. I was telling him beforehand, like my goal is to just be the funniest city council members. But I was going to say Matt too, but Matt friggin' killed it. So my thought was to just steal one of his stories and throw that in there as the Bullhucker.
Right.
So coincidentally, I was in a band called Purple Coffin. So we're going to talk about that in a second.
Well, the thing is you could probably slide that in, and we'd be sitting here at the end being like, it seems like we've heard that story before.
I think I've heard of Purple Coffin,
but it's
a legit story. That's nerd. All right, story number 2. So you took a streetwalker named Desire. I'm going to do the long-ass one.
Thanks. I didn't want to read that again.
All right. How Donald Trump tried to have me murdered, in parentheses, which for legal reasons is a joke.
Indeed. My girlfriend hates that title, so thanks for laughing at it, you jerks. Proving her right yet again. All right. The year, 2016. The place, Brighton, Colorado. Again, word pictures, boys. I know you guys aren't professionals like me. Yeah. So I was working in Adams County elections in Brighton. That was my job for like 5 years. I was the operations and technology manager there. My job was to program all the ballots. I made the ballots. I programmed the machines. I dealt with everything about the ballots. That was my job. It was a really good job. I loved it. Came up here, obviously, that drive kind of sucked. Great job. So 2016, I don't know if you guys heard about it, there was an election that year.
Let's do the math. 2020s. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. Okay. See, I got you. I was going to bring a news. Actually, I had props for this too. Sorry, camera.
Actually, we've had people with props before. Yeah.
Shoot, I missed those.
Todd Allen.
Well, check that one out. Well, never mind. Wouldn't have been good then. So, Trump, Hillary Clinton, there was a bit of animosity in the air for some reason. I don't know. I don't follow politics.
Yeah, something.
So it was, as an election worker, people everyone's pissed off at everything all the time about politics.
Sure.
As an election worker, you're the son of a bitch who's doing it. And they think, yeah.
Right.
So you go out to pick up a ballot from a ballot box or whatever, and people are like angrily shaking your fist like they're your 30s villain at you. So that's super fun. So one day, we were going through our process. Again, I supervised the whole back area. So we picked up the ballots from all the ballot boxes. We picked up the ballots from all the vote centers. We brought them back. We put them in little baskets. We weighed them to count them to, so we know where to put more supplies, more resources next year.
Right.
This is super funny stuff. I'll keep it up. Don't worry.
I'm entertained so far.
Oh, good. Excellent. And I realized after being on the city council, I talked with my damn hands so much.
That's good. That's okay.
Like I said, I'm just going to keep doing this. And
Maybe
be great.
you're part Italiano.
I think everything but, actually. Anyway, one day, so I was supervising the people who just brought the ballots in. They put them in their baskets, and then we were taking them to a machine that's called the Agilis machine. You guys have heard of it, no doubt. No, you haven't.
What's it called?
The Agilis machine.
Spell that.
Agyllys.
Is it an acronym?
I don't freaking know.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not sure, but that's what it's called. So its job is you put a ton of ballots on it, and it goes through 1,000 per half an hour, I think, and it scans an image of them. It takes a picture of every ballot that goes past, and it takes that image, and it your signature's on the outside, and and it takes that, puts it in the database so it can compare it to the image from previously, from your previous ballots or your DMV or whatever else, your other signatures that it compares to make sure you're a person and you're not trying to cheat. And if those, just for the sake of explanation, because elections are getting the shit kicked out of them lately, and I don't like it. So, well, anyway.
Yeah.
So if for whatever reason they go to people, if they don't match, it's a whole thing. So the Agilis machine, again, it's goes there that fast. One day I'm over, so it's a big empty warehouse, probably about twice the size of the theater here. I'm at this end of the warehouse supervising my teams that just brought the ballots, and I hear the machine stop. Somebody screamed, "Shit! Kevin!" So I was going to say run, but now that ain't happening. I walk quickly over there, and it turns out the machine has been stopped and jammed. So it's a skinny little serpentine loop that a ballot has to sneak through. So if there's anything big, it gets stuck. So they had pulled out a ballot that was, this thick. This thick.
You're over here too.
Oh, yeah, that thick. It was larger than the normal ballot envelope. So what we normally do in that situation is cut it open. People make some stupid damn mistakes. They'll stick 2-3 ballots in there, save some postage. Like their whole families, we'll just put it in that one, not knowing you have to verify all the information. It's a whole thing. So we're used to people being idiots. So in this instance, the envelope, and again, I'm going to say bad words. I'm so sorry, gentlemen. You're virgin ears. I know. On the outside, it said, "Fuck Hillary, Trump 2016," in big black marker.
Well, that's just considered because now you have to open it because you already know how they voted.
Exactly right.
So,
exactly right.
Yeah.
Like which is fine. People do that a lot. We had another person who wrote I forget what they're called. They don't believe in government basically, and they think if you use their name that their name is the government putting a lien on their name. That's why you have a name, is the government has a lien on you. So crazy shit, right? So they had, since we had sent a ballot in their name, they had written like a demand letter from us on the outside of their envelope about how we need to pay them. And it was like 3 pounds of gold. It was crazy. So we're used, in elections, you see crazy crap constantly. Because I'd been yelled at. One lady came in like adamant we were stealing her vote because, we didn't want her to vote for Trump. So I had to give her a whole tour. So it's a thing. We were kind of like, okay, cool. So anyway, this envelope was giant. It was jammed. So we cut it open. And I should mention that additionally, as you would imagine, we had a whole room full of lawyers between Trump, Hillary, everybody. There's a room full of lawyers there. There were sheriff's deputies everywhere in our department because people were on high alert. The lawyers actually had details. The lawyers actually had to negotiate what TV channel to put it on because you couldn't do Fox, you couldn't do MSNBC, so they had to negotiate which channel to watch.
Oh my God.
It was ridiculous. Anyway, so we open the envelope, just slice it open, and that's where we stop because, lo and behold, remember post 9/11, white powder.
Anthrax.
Yep. So we slice it open. No. We see white powder. We say, shit. We get the nearest sheriff's deputy. He clears us out from the back room. So again, no one's ever been there, but it's like 4 or 5 big rooms that are connected for all the different election processes, which I'll save you time on, but they're fascinating. Find me. I'll tell you all about them. So they clear our room out immediately because, obviously ground zero kind of.
Sure.
They get all of us out. They clear out the rest of the building. So we're all standing outside by the dang flagpole with everyone else who was in the building. Fortunately, it was after hours, so there wasn't anyone in the DMV or the other things in that building. So it was just the election staff, all like 100 of us at that point, hiding out by the pole. So they take it. The sheriff's deputies bag it up, take it. We have to leave for the night. They have to come in there and get it professionally cleaned everywhere, our whole area.
Wow.
So before we can go even get back in. Fortunately, they got it done overnight. They called the FBI in, as you'd imagine, and they were, on high alert anyway because of this slightly temperamental election.
That's domestic terrorism.
Yep.
Yeah.
So FBI. So we came in the next day. We didn't have a report. We just started working again. The day after that, we meet with the city, the county clerk. He's like the boss of the election. He's elected official and everything. Susan Bailey is ours here. But he sits us down with a member from the FBI, the sheriff himself, bigwig, to tell us what they found. It was, in fact, frosted fucking Cheerios that somebody had crushed up and put in there to screw with us. So he didn't actually try to kill us, but he sure wanted to scare the crap out of us. So the FBI went and interrogated this gentleman because still, at the very worst, you could break our equipment, which is $150,000. You could scare the crap out of people. And he, I believe, he got parole for like 6 months or something for intimidation of public officials. So Donald Trump did not actually have to try to have me killed, but there you go. Shall we discuss the election process some more, gentlemen?
There might have been a Make America Great hat on the guy, though. That's not bullshit. You know?
Well, no, I'm sure there was.
And you would think that's a worse penalty or fine. I mean, that can be very. That's a threat of it. That's no different than pulling a fake gun at a bank, right, and saying and then robbing them. I mean, right?
6 months of probation seems pretty light.
No, I agree, but I can't imagine if that was happening again in Brighton.
Right.
All around the country, where is that happening? It probably was left and right and center. And we had a Republican county clerk. So we had a little more, standing with the Trump people than we would have otherwise.
Right.
But even, that just made the Democrats yell at us more when we went out. So it was a shit show left and right and center. But it was good times.
Can you imagine? That was 2016, how bad 2020 was?
Yeah, I'm very thankful I was out of it.
Oh, my God. I bet it was a nightmare, man. Just
Sure.
Unreal, man.
Yeah, 2024 is going to be worse.
It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to get worse and worse. So.
Yeah. Yay, optimism.
You know what? Go vote for who you want to vote for and just let it be, man. Don't be an asshole.
Straight.
It's just ridiculous. And the fact that people get away with it anymore. You know what we're going to do? We're going to write down this damn Pokemon payment. Be cool in 2024. That's what we're going to do. We're going to write that down.
Exactly right.
If it doesn't work, Kevin, I'm going to straight up say your Pokemon thing's bullshit.
Well, we'll see. All 6 of your viewers will take it into their hands.
That's right. Holy shit, we're up to 6.
Wow.
High five.
I hadn't looked at numbers in a while.
Well, my mom's now up there 7. So
all right.
Yeah,
Nice.
You're welcome. What's up?
Hi, Mama Strauch. All right, what do you think?
That seems pretty crazy. Cheerios of all things.
Yeah. Frosted
I don't
Cheerios.
know. Yeah, frosted Cheerios.
Yeah.
So ask yourself, though, are the hardcore Trump voters Cheerios fans? Think about that.
It's pretty wholesome. It's pretty white bread. I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That one. I don't know. That one.
I know you mentioned you did that in your past
Yes, sir.
employer, so that one seems pretty true. I don't know. But then again, like I said, he's been listening to these all week, so I mean, he may be to the point where he's like, just put a lot of detail in it because they're not going to know the detail anyway.
Yeah.
So
Just make up all kinds of shit.
right, all right. Well, we're gonna go to the third one. We're
All
gonna see what's
So
what.
the third one here is the bulbous untanned end of an era.
Excellent. So we're back to my dear friend Alan Goff.
Alan Goff.
Right, with his bulbous untanned ass. Excuse me, end. Excuse me, spoilers. All right, so the year 1999, Brush, Colorado. Wow, I know, right? Madness. I know everyone likes to hear high school football stories, right?
Of course.
Like that's why everybody knew Al Bundy. That's why everyone loved him, right?
Polk High, man.
Yeah,
Polk
exactly.
High.
3 touchdowns, 1 game. Can you what? So this is a game where I scored 3 touchdowns in 1. Okay, actually, I might have. So this was the Larry Coach Mills. Very big. Just named the field after him here.
Yeah.
This was his last football game as a head coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it was also my last football game as a senior. So despite, again, all of this, I used to be small and fat. Well, not small, smaller. And I could run more than, I can't run at all, actually. Crap. I could run a little bit. So I was a running back and linebacker And again, my senior in Allen was also senior that year. Center and whatever he wandered into on defense. So we were playing the Valley Vikings, details. And we were kicking the shit out of them. So it was good. And I'm doing the umming thing again. Damn it. Sorry, Mom. Flick. She actually told me to put a rubber band on my wrist. See, I'm going to ask other people how crazy this sounds. By the way, mother. Rubber band on my wrist. Every time I it,
You
snap
it.
myself.
You do that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, do you really? Shit. All right.
I'm on your mom's side on this one.
All
I
right.
don't do it when I say but I like snappies every now and then.
He
All right.
says so all the time. I don't know if you don't know that or not, but he'll say, listen to him. He'll go, so. At the end, you'll say, so. You do it
Yeah,
all.
I know, and I've had people tell me that before.
And I'll say, you know what I mean.
And I just did it again.
About 300 times in this podcast. You know what I mean? That's my period every sentence. You know what I mean?
But I know what you mean now. So.
I know, you know what I mean? So,
That's every phone call between Moose and I. He talks, and then he goes, "You know what I mean?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So and he says something else, "You know what I mean?" Yeah. So
You guys got that married couple energy. I like
pretty
it.
much.
See, there we go again. I thought it'd be like what is it? The priests who lash themselves. A little crazy looking, but whatever. Anyway, back to my very true story. So we're playing the football game, and just a couple takeaways from it. Damn it. So you guys play Tecmo Super Bowl back in the day.
of course.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Speaking of, we'll talk about. I have an idea for this place later when we open things up. You guys want to play a Super Bowl tournament? You know you do.
Only if you want to get your ass kicked, but okay.
See, first off, nah.
Okay.
Second off, we'll discuss this later because I want to
All right.
raise money for my charity. Anyway,
Okay.
And Madden too, because I guess the kids would actually want to play a game that has more than 8 bits.
Right.
Kids these days.
More than 4 plays you can go through.
exactly.
Two running, two passing.
But Barry Sanders though, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's Super Tecmo Bowl. Sorry, or Walter Payton in the old one.
Or Eric Dickerson back in the day. He was actually
He's pretty
stud.
awesome. Yeah. So you know how in the NFL, the running backs just dive over the line.
Sure.
Right? Because they're athletic and not white for the most part, like this guy. So I was like, hey, it's my last game. We're on the 1 yard line. I was like, great. Allen's the center. I'm just going to dive over him, get a touchdown. It'll be great. So I get the handoff, and he's blocking his guy. It was great. Didn't expect it.
Shots fired.
That's right. No, he was actually good. So I get all 230 pounds of me in the air. It's like, this is going to look so cool. Everyone's going to be impressed. Girls, yeah. And then naturally I land on Alan's ass because I can't jump that high, it turns out. So I'm laying on his ass, and he fell forward, and I fell in the end zone, fortunately.
Nice. It worked.
It worked exactly as planned. The girls came running, so it was fantastic. So that was one takeaway from it. Let's see. There were other things, but they were just football things that were less entertaining. So at the end of the game, so it's Coach Mill's last game. We gather around him, carry him off the field. It was big. It was emotional. It was great, and it was my last football game too. So it was kind of this is kind of looking around and
Yeah.
a little sad, little whatever. So I was like, okay, great. I'm done with this. I'm going to go. I just kind of done. So I was the first one heading back to the locker room. I just kind of wanted to get it over with. So I walked across the field and walked into the locker room. And when I walk in the locker room, the gloria I beheld. In the shower was a gentleman. This gentleman was... He was 2 yards if he was he was there's a big ass bending over, staring at me, scrubbing.
Well, just one eye.
It was winking at me. I didn't like it. And it was giant and bulbous and white, and I was like, I've seen that ass before. So naturally, I think, well, shit, Alan beat me back here. Poor Aaron. I'm so sorry. Just kidding. So I was like, oh, holy shit, Goff. That is the worst thing I've ever seen. Turns around, the referee.
Oh, no. Why is he showering with you? That's even
I
weirder.
was because I guess they do that before he didn't expect anyone. So so naturally I ran away because stranger danger, right? I used to be good looking. I didn't want my butt touched. So I ran away, giggling the whole way because I felt like a dick and I insulted Alan all at the same time.
Right,
So it was a win-win in my head.
Right. How old is the referee, by the way?
Oh,
I mean,
I was,
Ballpark.
18 at the moment, so he's old, so I'm going to go 40. So, and I'm 39, so I don't know what that ass looks like
that
yet.
wrinkled ass was Alan.
Oh, man, I could have put wrinkled on there, too. Damn it.
Yeah. Next time.
Yes, next time. I'm giggling, and I can't stop, and then he walks in, I'm basically crying, laughing to tell him about it. So I was very excited for that, but in fact, it wasn't his giant, wrinkly, white ass. It was an old man's ass I stared at. Oh, God. That explains the trauma. All right, cool.
Yeah, you don't unsee it.
Exactly.
That's what kids for showering with a bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying?
It usually doesn't end well.
Yeah, no. I go to the gym and shower. I cover up. I'm just like, it's not pretty. It's
Oh, for sure.
It didn't start off pretty. It's not got any better. So, What do you think about that, man?
That was funny.
Yeah.
I got to give you that.
Thank you.
I don't know. That one seems kind of like it could happen. I don't know. Like it could be a borrowed thing.
Okay.
So someone else thought they saw Alan's giant ass?
Well,
I mean,
it's just something that.
And they told me? What?
He's been a drinker for some time. I mean,
Very true.
I mean, in the 90s, Kevin, I mooned a lot of people. I mooned a whole basketball game once for $20. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I remember that game now.
Yeah, you might. I mean, it was Max's girlfriend at the time. $20. So it was over in the old high school. The boys' locker room went right outside. You can go into the gym. I kind of went out there. I kind of dropped him. And someone goes, "Oh my God!" And I put him up and I jet out that door, man, for $20. Because in the '90s, $20, I'm like, I'm moving out now,
Right?
God, when we were in high school, I won't name names, but we live in a small town with some. Their necks are a little red occasionally, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman. I think he made two.
I was gonna say, so my people.
Well, actually, shit. You didn't go to my high school, no.
No, I didn't.
For $200, this was the rumor, and he did not deny it. He had relations with a sheep for $200. So multiply that times 10. So yeah, not gonna name names, but
I mean, how attractive was the sheep? I mean, $200 is $200, right, Wokey? Huh? Right?
Yeah.
back then it was a ton of money too.
That's
so
a ton
I'm
of
not.
money.
It wasn't Alan though this time. So.
Yeah. Alan would have charged him. So there was a guy in high school, and I won't name his. He's become a very reputable person, and he doesn't live here anymore. But he thought it was hilarious. He'd walk up to you in the shower and just start peeing on your leg. And you're doing shampooing your hair, and you'd look up and you're like, "What are you doing, man?" So I'd laugh. People would laugh. Because you're thinking. I got one of those too, and you're going to be showering sooner or later. One guy started crying. He got super upset. He was not
ready to get peed on.
I mean, usually hits you about the knee, so he didn't make it too weird. But he was like, the way he laughed, I was like, "What are you doing, man?" He got swung on a few times, but you'd laugh because you're like, I'm going to do something horrible to you, man. And when I do it, you better laugh. We better be laughing still. So, yeah. All right. So. 3 stories down, Vokey. You got a front runner in your head?
I do.
You really?
Yeah.
I think I know which one you're gonna pick.
Probably.
I'm picking actually a different one. So.
Okay.
But
I'm picking the third one.
You already said that one's super true. So I mean, you let the cat out of the bag there, Strauch. So. So what we do is we rock, paper, scissors. I've been trying to correct myself. We rock, paper, scissors. Kevin, how do you rock, paper, scissors?
I have an opinion on this. I've been thinking about all week. So I used to rock, paper, scissors, right? Until I was peer friggin' pressured by everyone else to rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That's bullshit.
I agree completely. Peer pressure didn't get me to drink, do drugs, but changed my rock, paper, scissors style. Bullshit. So I'm so sorry.
I don't know who pressured him to do that, but you're a monster. Hope you shit your pants tonight. All right. So I guess we're going 4.
Yep.
Ready?
I should have stayed with rock.
You went to rock, but it kind of went into scissors.
I was like, I'll go scissors. Because I was thinking paper. Yeah.
I don't mean to brag, but I think I've beaten you like
You
17 times.
You
in a
have
row.
got a hell of a streak going with that.
I've become. That's like
Maybe
my
we
one
need to
thing.
go back to the 3-pump thing.
You know what? maybe I'll be a 4-pumper. I saw the lights.
Maybe you're supposed to be the 4-pumper and I'm supposed to be the 3-pumper.
3-pumper. All right, so we got 3 stories. We have a streetwalker named Desire, the bulbous untanned wrinkled end of an era, and how Donald Trump tried to have me murdered. In parentheses, which for legal reasons is a joke.
And no one laughed at my damn streetcar named Desire joke. You uncultured
I
swine.
got it. No, I got it. I got the streetcar.
Damn it. I was very impressed with myself. All right, moving on. Sorry.
Kevin wrote it down in his little Pokemon thing. He's a genius.
Kind of, actually.
All right, man. So knock it out, brother.
So, like I said, the end of an era, I think I'm going to go with that one just because, like I said, it's something that, you could hear that a buddy did or happened to a friend and you just change some names around and whatever. So I'm going to go with the bulbous, wrinkled, untanned end of an era.
Okay. The how Donald Trump tried to have me killed, I think that one's absolutely true. A lot of detail in it. I thought it's just very passionate how you told it, so I really believe that one. I'm also thinking the bulbous, untanned, wrinkled end of an era is also true.
Nice punch up.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I think that one's true. I don't know why. I just I think I remember the referees actually showering in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking, like, is that kosher? No one cares. Like, don't be weird, Lundstrom.
What was the Penn State coach?
Paterno?
And that whole thing with his, that was before that.
Yeah. Well, it was the 90s. It was a different time, right?
Indeed it was.
It really was. It was back then. All the kind of shit that happened wouldn't fly now. So I'm going to go a streetwalker named Desire, mostly because you got the Broncos stuff mixed up. I know you're a fan. So I think that's what it was. Jake Plummer, well, there's another reason after we look and let's see if I'm right or not. So we'll see. And that's the unfortunate problem of us knowing each other and having a common friend.
Or I'm playing 4D chess here, boys. You never know.
4D chess. All right, deep state. Let's see it, brother. We both got it wrong.
See, that would have been my second one. That was a second. So
well played, Kevin. I'm serious.
So
well
happy.
played.
Suck it, Matt Gordon. Okay.
Matt Gordon would have got you.
Yeah, I know.
He'd use his brain.
let me
power.
guess, it wasn't Cheerios.
It actually was it blew up. It was a glitter bomb. So it went through our machine, glitter friggin'
Well, what's-
everywhere.
What was funny is like you were sitting here telling that story, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if anybody's ever put glitter in one of those." things.
Yup.
So
So no FBI involved. No, there were lawyers out the ass, but the sheriff, a deputy, went and talked to him. It was just some kid who was pissed off. Oh, and it didn't have anything written on the envelope or anything, any like that. It was just some kid trying to punk us. He thought it'd be funny. And he just got the crap scared out of him by the sheriff's deputies, but that was the end of it. He didn't get in trouble or anything. So
a story. I remember this. It comes to Broncos. I remember a lot of stuff, right? It's the only time my memory's worth of shit. I remember when Plummer led the Broncos to the AFC Championship against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Denver. But I remember Alan and Tim Dussault went to that game.
Ah.
So that's why I was thinking there's no way he was in Vegas with you. It probably was Peyton Manning or so. 99?
No, it was 2005.
So that might have been Plummer.
Or
Jeez.
2004, 2005. I forget when we were actually there.
Maybe that was Plummer.
Because I remember it was
Yeah.
Plummer versus because like 104.3 or one of the sports stations did because he had the porno stash, the Golden Boy against the porno stash.
Right,
Basically, that was the
right.
whole thing. So I don't remember, but now I'm
Okay.
gonna have to Google it.
That's why, because I remember going to that game, and that's when the Pittsburgh Steelers got stupid lucky against us, man. We were awesome that year. It was around 05, actually.
Yeah,
I think
that
about
could
it.
have been. So maybe I'm thinking, maybe it wasn't the AFC Championship. Maybe it was the week before. That's probably what it was.
Maybe it was.
the semifinals or whatever it is.
Because Alan and
Yeah.
Tim were super excited. They scored tickets for this thing, man. They were like, "This is going to be amazing," And I'm like, "Oh, lucky bastards!" And I'm so lucky I didn't go because I'd have grabbed those towels and started wiping my ass with them. I just hate the Steelers so much, man. So much. Well, man, I'm serious. Well played. I didn't see that coming. I would have bet money on
and
the
one of
Trump
the
being
things
right.
that threw me off is the way you start telling a story, then it'd be like details or like do your like kind of trail like throw this in and throw that. You didn't stick straight line story. It kind of had little offs, and I was like, and that was like kind of started with, like we said,
good.
well played. Good job.
That is well played. Yeah,
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I got to make that page still. If you guys have beat us both. It hasn't happened in a while, I don't think. It's been a while. Good for you, Matt.
Well, I'm going to put this on my little vote for me because, this is the reason now, not the other stuff.
Yeah, vote for me. I'm a hell of a liar.
So like everybody else,
Score. Well, Kevin, before we get out of here, I want to talk about one more thing. You do have a charity you spoke about.
Yes.
I think you want to tell us a little about it.
I would love to. Thank you again for letting me come on. It's fun. I like I said, I enjoy what you guys do, so it's awesome to be here, and awesome to be here, literally. So Home Field Sports Exchange is my family's charity. My girlfriend, my mom, my brother, my kids. We started it to get used sports equipment. If you have kids, you probably have a ton of sports equipment in your dang closet in your garage, and naturally the next year it's not the right size. For example, that's what the impetus for us was. So what we're doing is collecting that equipment. Kids who need it, it's soccer time. I need shin guard socks. They don't have to go buy it. They don't have to go to Walmart. They don't have to go to Greeley, Brighton, order it online. You might get the wrong size. We have it here in town for free.
Nice.
So it's for anybody. It's for, if you can save $20 with us, you can spend that $20 somewhere else in the community.
Right.
So it helps the community. It helps the people. It lowers the bar of entrance into sports for all families who might not have the money.
Right.
In addition, we're taking donations of money, and equipment, obviously, of money to pay for fees for kids. So again, that kid who wants to play soccer, can't afford it, we pay the fee for him, we give him the equipment. There's no reason a kid in Brush, Morgan, Wiggins, Akron, wherever out here can't play a sport that they don't want to. So sports, obviously, I'll save you guys that speech because slightly different audience than the school board and, everywhere else. But obviously sports are a huge deal. They're fantastic. If kids get involved, their grades are better, they're better people. So we want to help the community by helping kids, helping families, and www.homefieldsports.org. Somebody taught me always be plugging. It was that guy.
Yes,
www.homefieldsports.org.
You always got to whore your stuff out, man. I believe me and this guy are the kings.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you teaching me that because I've gotten a lot better at it since then. But no, it's really cool. We've got a ton of donations. We've got fantastic donations for the community, financial and otherwise. It's been great. Your family members have donated. It's been fantastic. And we just want to help the community. We want to make it a better place. I'm rather fond of this place. So, yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing ever, man.
It is cool.
It is super cool.
And so now I have a place where I can donate this pair of brand new football cleats I bought a couple years ago when I thought I was going to play semi-professional football.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And then my niece said, "No, screw you, buddy. You're not 25. You're 43."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Was that the one that was
Yeah,
going to start in
the
Morgan?
76ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to be part of that deal, and then it kind of fell through. So
What size are the cleats?
they're size 14s.
I hope you got a monster out
So
there.
they're lineman size is what they are.
They're man-sized.
Yeah, that's for sure, man.
Well,
So is there a place like to drop stuff off,
Yep.
or just get a hold of you, or
So you can get a hold of us. I'm glad to come get stuff. Or we actually have a drop box at my mom's house because she had an extra garage. That's where we're storing everything. At 711 Ray Street in town here.
Okay.
There's a drop box out front. There's a big sign. You can't miss it. Like I said, we'll take anything you have, from dance shoes to fishing equipment. If it gets a kid active and saves families money, we will take it, and you get a tax write-off for it. Even better.
Kevin, that's the coolest thing ever. That really
Yeah,
is
that
such
is cool.
That's a neat
That's
thing.
awesome.
Is that you ready to start that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's so cool. And
Yeah,
Jason and your mom's into it. And
Yep, and Ashley Martin, my girlfriend. So yeah, it's great.
that's awesome, man. So one more time with the website.
It's new.
Yeah.
www.homefieldsports.org, or you can check us out on Facebook because it just redirects to our Facebook page because websites are expensive. Who knew?
Right.
Especially for all the stuff we need to do, but we'll get that going soon enough. But yeah, check us out. I'm super proud of it. And this community has been fantastic.
So also on the bullhucker.com, you can find it on Kevin's page. If you go bullhucker.com to look up this episode, we'll have a link to that,
Sweet. Thank
to
you.
the Facebook or to the actual website. So make sure you check that out. And that's really cool because, how many kids don't get to do that because they don't have their single parent family or whatever, you know, and it's all too common. It's always been common. I mean, my mom was a single mom, you know what I mean? So we had my grandparents. I mean, I probably would have missed out on a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? But I was lucky enough to have my grandma and grandpa around that, you know, that wanted me out of the house because the boys eating us out of house and home. So, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And we're one of the poorer counties. So we need the help. And it's, like I said, we want to provide it. So we're just trying to get it. Tell people, the 6 people who watched us, tell a friend.
7. You said your mom's watching 7.
Well, I think mom's, hope she's better told people by now. But yeah, we've got all these supplies and money, and we really want to get them out there. So that's the next step, is just get the message out there to everybody who can see it. Like I'm going to a PTA meeting tomorrow to talk to kids.
And I mean, I imagine the school could probably help you with that too, right? Like pointing kids at, like, hey, we think this little Jimmy could use a little help, you know?
And we've met with everybody except Thompson so far. So I've been talking to far more people than I'm comfortable with, but it's for a good reason.
You're getting better at it, my man. You're getting better at it. So, okay. Because you did the forum the other day because there's an election coming up. So you actually have you're running against somebody for your wards. Yeah, I'm not, so I've been slacking. So I've been on the break. So, but yeah, well, this will be out after the election. So anyway, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on, man. And before you go, please make sure if you're on YouTube, you hit the subscribe button. It's here on the bottom right-hand corner. It's a little red dot. Hit that, or at the end of the episode on YouTube, just hit subscribe. If you're on any of our anything, whatever you listen to it on podcasts, on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever, please subscribe to that or sign up or whatever you want to do to get our content every Tuesday. Also, anything else, Adam?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, Facebook, and we've been doing a little TikTok. So I've been dipping my toe into TikTok. So
I need to check those out.
Did you? So,
I haven't yet because I'm not a teenage girl.
You're the second person to insult me with that.
Sorry, my daughter loves it though, but I'm totally gonna check those out.
I hate you, Denzi. I hate you so much. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
Kevin Strauch. Thanks, fellas.
See you. Peace.